Crisis can look like calm. And that's basically the whole point of this video. Hello friends, welcome or welcome back. If you're new around here, this is Post-Traumatic Victory. I talk a lot about post-trauma, but something that is very important and has gone overlooked this whole time, like the traumatic, like between the post and the victory, there's a very important piece of the puzzle that I have left out this entire time, which is what happens before the post-traumatic? What happens when it is still actively traumatic? What does that look like? Because people in my life don't know, because for my own protection, my brain has developed in a way that makes it impossible to tell what I'm thinking at all times. Masking, a gift and a curse. I have rediscovered the moldy peaches. I have got a cup of coffee. Service dog at the ready. Let's get into it. I've got my notes regarding what it can look like when I'm in a crisis, and I'm gonna kind of read them off to you now. So the first thing that came to, like, these are in no particular order. It's not like, here's a laundry list of what happens as it happens, because that is impossible from, like, this perspective. From not the outside, I can't tell you what's going on. Who's got the... You're a good girl. Hello, sweetest. What I have written here is, reality kind of slips away from me a little bit as I try to either fight dissociation or mask it. For those of you who may not be in the know, something that can happen is that it's kind of like you're in the passenger seat of your brain, and a separate part of your consciousness is driving to keep you safe, to protect you from what is happening. This can happen during a traumatic event, like something that would be traumatic. I don't want to pick a trauma and have that be like the shining example of what trauma is, because it differs for everybody. Everybody's system perceives trauma differently. Would you like to put your paws across? You good girl.
A few moments later.
I can cycle through trauma responses very quickly. Okay, can we like not? Usually what happens is I go into the flight or fawn response, and if you are unaware, touch autofocus canceled, come on. Sorry. If you're unaware, the like fight or flight, that's half of the thing. That's like great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ. It's a fight or flight, also fawn and freeze. So there are 4 like trauma, like, pardon my language, things. Fight, flight, fawn, freeze. They're kind of all pretty self-explanatory, particularly freeze. You freeze up. I tend to flight or fawn. That, from the outside, will often look like me going, I gotta get out of here, and rushing away for no reason. But what's happening in here is like alarm bells and chaos, and it is being masked on the outside because I've had to do that for so long. And it is not to my benefit. It is detrimental to many relationships, and it's a gift and a curse. What the fawn response looks like with me personally is agreeing with every single statement made, almost too aggressively. So basically, if somebody is speaking to me while I am in this state, it will look a lot like, oh, you think this? Yes, I think so also. Oh, you don't think that anymore? Yeah, same. That's what I was thinking this whole time. Oh, you think this? Yes, you are so right. You're so smart and valid. Oh, you don't think that anymore? I agree. It's up to you. It's whatever you would like. So that's something to watch out for. If people in your life are doing that, it's, they may not be okay. They may not be okay. Anxiety is a big thing. For example, after my most recent trauma, I got a leg cramp, and I've been kind of keeping an eye on like a varicose vein in my left leg for a while, but in the back of my mind I have like medical anxiety that's like, what if it's a blood clot? So in that moment, I was kind of sitting on the floor laughing to myself and feeling like I was going to die. The dread and the anxiety of there's something wrong, this isn't right, I'm going to die. Immediately I am dying, it is imminent, I am dying. And this is a feeling that I get quite often, but This was a special case. It was extended, it was prolonged, and it was attached to something physical, so that triggered a whole other thing. It was beyond the typical anxiety. So if somebody in your life is starting to be really dramatic over incredibly minor things, they could be getting triggered by a trigger that is being triggered by a trigger from something that is nothing during this moment of crisis. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, hey, Pepto-Bismol. It's difficult to eat, not only because of the nausea and the fact that I feel like I'm going to vomit at any given moment. It's also difficult to, it's just the physical exertion of lifting something to my face and then chewing it and then swallowing it. That is way too much. So, what I have done is I recently picked up a bunch of smoothie cups and, like for my magic bullet, just extra cups, because if the two that I have are dirty, I will not make a smoothie, and if I do not make a smoothie, I will not be putting calories into my body because it is exhausting and I don't feel the hunger cues and the nausea and blah blah blah. Loss of appetite is a big thing, obviously. Being generous, I think I ate 3 complete meals within this past week. It's hard. Clammy hands is the next thing I have written down, as you see me playing with them, funny enough. I've had sweaty hands off and on for 6 days. It's hard to open things. Like, my hands are very sweaty. My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth and the words won't come out. Oh my god, like it's, listen to Lose Yourself, and that's someone who is struggling to get through something very stressful. I'm so white. God, it's brutal out here. Racing heart. So I haven't worn my Fitbit in like quite a while, but based on how I'm currently feeling and like the rate at which my heart is beating and previous tracking of my heart rate, I think it would probably tell me that at any given moment it's kind of between like it's over 100 at least. Between 100 and 130 is my guess. And that has an impact. That has an impact on the daily operations in body and mind, you know? Can you stop not focusing on me? Stop it. Thank you. Easily triggered. So for me personally, I withdraw if I feel shame. So a very good example is a few days ago somebody in my life offered me the kind of help that I didn't need, and I didn't know how to say what kind of help I did need, so I was like, I'm good on the help, thanks. If somebody is rejecting your help, they're probably in crisis. What benefits me personally is if you notice that I am in crisis, ask me what kind of help I need, and often the answer from me personally will be that I need you to do it for me. I need you to do the work and give me the finished loaf of bread. I'm sorry, Henny Penny, you are beautiful and do a lot of hard work, but I can't do that right now. My brain is a marshmallow that has been put through the microwave 6 times. Help. And if somebody is rejecting your help and then you come in all kind, hey, what can I do to help you? Do you need me to do the whole thing for you because I'm willing to, blah, blah, blah. If you are just like coming in like a saint on the 2nd try and they continue to reject your help, you've done what you can, and it's not your fault. Personally, I feel a tremendous amount of guilt over it, and that, you know, doesn't make my reaction okay. It makes it make sense. Sometimes you can't get on top of your emotions because they are very much on top of you. So if somebody reaches out for help and rejects the kind of help that you give them, and you don't know why and they don't know why, this could be explained by them being in crisis. Stop focusing on my headboard. Focus on me. My whole body has been very itchy, but like I was able to eat yesterday. Like my body is so itchy, and my hands are really sweaty. Like putting my eyeliner on today. You can't see me because I'm not in focus. Putting on my eyeliner today was hard because I couldn't get the cap off because my hands are so sweaty. Anyway, I think it's important to note that crisis can look like calm on the surface. If you don't know what to look for, you're probably gonna miss it. So when somebody is dissociated to the back of their brain, kind of like where the focus wants to go, hello, crisis can look like calm. And that's basically the whole point of this video. I am okay, you will be okay, and we're going to go out there and be kind to each other, because that's all we can do. And all you can do is all you can do. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider becoming a patron over on Patreon. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and others today, and I will see you later. Bye!